All right, y'all. This is a new episode here at their radio. We have a very special guest. We have
Hi
Hook.
guys,
How are you?
it's I Love You Hook.
I love you, Hook. Thank you.
We're doing a Here Radio
Mhm.
interview today, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Tell me about the name. Why is it important for you to like even when I mention right now Hook, why is it important for you to say that? Like, it's I love you, Hook.
Um, the whole acronym. Oh, it's just important just to have that frequency, that word inside of your mind, your body, and your spirit. Just have the word LOV in there, and I feel like everything kind of changes within, how you smile, how you operate through the day. But I'm just now getting into logos and getting my name a different way of um, studies and just how I can bring a consumer and supporter to look at my brand and be like, whoa, this is the idea of love or whatever, however people feel about that definition.
For sure, for sure. Cool, cool. Well, I do want to start off by mentioning this. You have a new song coming out September, I mean
Yeah.
February 13th, which we're recording a day before.
You
Um
recorded that day before. That's gonna be so fun for everybody to hear. I'm so excited. It's produced by Brodinsky and engineered by Pelagi and Nick Leon. I had a great time recording it. I think I tapped into a whole different other, side of just dimensions and everything.
yeah. Wait, is Nick Leon does he
I know him more. I know him because of DJing and I got a beat pack from one of my managements and they were like, yeah, I want you to listen to this. And it
Mhm.
was so crazy because a couple of days before that, I had a I had another session with the other producers camp, Brodinsky, and we
Mhm.
kind of I was hearing some of his beats and I was hearing some of their beats. And I was just like, you know what? Let's put two songs on the same track and morph it into the same song a little bit and let's see what comes out. It's definitely one of those songs that I get up and go to Baldwin Cynic and just go work out and jump rope and do some cardio too. So
That's awesome. It's called Earth to I Love You.
Earth to I Love You Hook. We had
To I
a we
Love
had
You,
we
Hook.
had a couple names for it, but I was like, this is I like this one.
Mhm.
The other name was Earth to a Spin because the
Okay.
Earth is always spinning. But I was
Yeah,
like, that's too
yeah.
way too much, way
But
too much. So
what was the process in writing that song specifically for you?
super off the dome.
Okay.
The thing about it is that when I freestyle and when I rap, I kind of just grab those thoughts that I I've said before on a casual day, and then I just bring it to the booth, or I take like freestyles that I've already, or I take written raps, and like those words just are those bars or those lines or those stories. Like a whole story could stay in my mind forever. So with Earth Tie Love You Hook, it's just a big story, and we I kind of made it a I kind of made it into I kind of made perfection into more of an illusion rather than anything else. Like it was a really fun process to make it. I shout out to Pelaki and going to his studio. I love working with him.
Wait, could you tell me more about that? Like perfection as an illusion. What do you mean by that?
Just as in like people look so surface level. I wanted to have more. I just wanted to add more emphasis to words that kind of are um I don't know, kind of just a usual product. Like I wanted to make something that it's simple, more dramatic, just charisma. That's what I mean by it. Your words can turn into something so dramatic and so interesting to hear. I wanted to emphasize that.
Yeah, that kind of like what you mentioned earlier about how like there's like different ways of taking a previous story and kind of making it into something new taking different parts of different lyrics, different songs, and making it into something new. And you mentioned Off the Dome. I kind of want to ask you about this specific freestyle, which is how I first like saw you and heard of you, which was the one with the UPROXX, the UPROXX freestyle.
Okay. Yeah.
The Do you
That
remember?
song was actually written at 6 o'clock in the morning. We had a session. Mind you, I have written a lot of morning songs at 6. I wrote, oh, well, two. I wrote FTN, excuse my language, I wrote FTN, and then I wrote that song. So we had this session, and then UPROXX hit us up shortly after. And my management explained it to me. I was like, I don't really understand what I have to do, but I'm willing to try to do something. Um, and I think when after recording with them and giving them just a live performance of just that song, I didn't hear it how everybody heard it. I thought it was very just regular, like, okay, that's a good 16 of that feminine energy that people love. Like, I only care about my clothes, my fit, my car. Like, I thought it was very Barbie and Kent thing going on. The label loved it. They offered me, to sign. I ended up saying no. But that experience gave me way more of like an insight on just how to be a female rapper and embody my looks and embody my beauty and the way I dress. I was super young. I had no hair. I was really living life freewheeling, I think.
Yeah, it sounds
Very, very freewheeling.
so. Was it like was that kind of freestyle in that moment like kind of really pivotal to your music career, to your music approach, to your approach as an artist?
As an artist, yes. As an artist, it did. I think that as a person, I don't necessarily identify with that song, but as an artist, yes. I think I hit a peak. I think I hit one of those places where, whoa, I'm kind of gonna be the next um Spice Girls or Gwen Stefani. Like, I think I hit one of those things where I was just like, these are the times I remember growing up.
I realized that you didn't release the song till last year, right? Last year in the
Yeah,
last project.
yeah, because people kept asking, and I had to return the favor, I guess. The thing about it is, my supporters, they're very, very, very detailed and picky on what I should do and how I should do it and when I should do it. So when I don't do anything, they're like, well, she's not rapping anymore. And then I go look at the comments, and then I see there's 100,000 people in comments and people that I've listened to me forever. And people are telling me that this freestyle and this song is going to make you the big artist that you want. And they're giving me, different types of comments where I'm just like, I can't believe this is how you guys feel. So I was like, this is going to be a single. I changed it into letting it be a single for my tape, You Promised Me. And I think it's one of the best decisions I ever did because I got to go into a new era and just record 16, 13 more songs to a tape and giving you guys it. Because I didn't want to drop it, but I thought about it for a long time. And I was like, I don't see it. And then I was like, I feel it. I don't have to see it. I don't have to see the artist. I don't have to see what happened, the session. I feel the sound and what's going on and why people keep talking about it. So I appreciate my fans. I love you guys.
There's a specific intention, there's a specific approach to a song, and then once you put it out into the world, it's like it's taken in how people want to take it. It's sometimes it's
Oh
not up
yeah.
to the
Oh
artist.
yeah.
But what's your approach when something like that does happen? Like how do you respond to that? How do you do you take it lightly? Do you take it harshly? Like how do you feel about that when that does happen?
I'm very, very, very hardworking. So I don't take what people tell me for granted. I love all input. But I don't recommend the way I don't recommend that way. If I was to tell another artist or another creative that's doing this, I would just say handle everything with grace and handle everything in a flow state. Just go with the flow. If people love it, they love it. If people hate it, then you hate it even more. It's not that big of a deal. It's just one of those trial and error things.
I saw that you also released, even before the release of Earth to I Love You Hook, you had released a couple songs on your YouTube
Oh my
page.
God, we get to
So,
go through all my albums. I love it. This is great. This is
but
all, this is, that was all a process of I'm going to make it and let's go to the studio and record. So I love it. I'm an independent artist, so this means a lot that you went through my whole entire discography and studied the front and the back and everything. That's cool as hell. I Love You Too Hook is one of my favorite sequels to in my storyline or my narration and stuff. It to me, I Love You Too Hook is like a book, and I Love You One is like a book. So it's like a sequel. It's like something I was like, I'm reading something. Like I'm reading. Like it kind of felt like that. It felt like a storybook. So yeah, I Love You Too Hook. It was definitely my first time experiencing a love where I'm like, this has a kind of a plot twist at the end. And it's a heartbreaking, but I was in love so bad, so much. So it's not really in a love tape. It's more of just I'm heartbroken, which I think it sneaks around a lot in those two tapes at least.
yeah, because I've seen you talk about in previous interviews how like your approach to Bully was very different to than to these to the latest music that you have now, right? But I want to ask you, how do you feel like you've grown as an artist from Bully till now?
I will say this. The one reason why I think Bully was a good creative idea was because of the not necessarily even the impact and the support I got from it, but having those universes be metaphysically ran. And then I also saw the synchronicity within me making an album called Bully, me seeing Kanye make an album called Bully, which I also met Kanye, by the way. I shook his hand one time. So that was like my affirmation, like that was me affirming, like, oh, this was a tape that didn't need much around me, and I was able to take a really good look into like gaming stuff and that whole type of 3D art because I love 3D art. I study computer science in college, so I love looking into things that are just. I love looking at art online. Um, it's taught me a lot about myself and a lot about meditations and stuff. Like honestly,
What's the art that you've really been into looking into lately, or what are you?
it's a little bit of everything because, like I said, it's also for my work. So I think that I look into 3D art mostly because um, we're studying shapes. We're studying geometry, and we're making sure that the all of those shapes and those lines were like I feel like it's created from like nature and how God actually looks at stuff at imperfection. So I study it in that way for my purpose scene. I think that I watched a lot of anime, a lot of really, really peaceful. The network is called what I think it's called Ghibli or Ghibli. I study a lot of them. I study a lot of them. There's a lot of Tokyo, and I was going through that phase in college, my first trimester, where we were getting taught a lot of those things, and I just got interested in anime, and I just got interested in all these things, but it kind of brought me back to when I first started looking at my sisters and brothers play games because I never used to play them. It was a lot of Bully and Guitar Hero in my house, so I saw them playing those games and I wasn't very good at it. So there had to be something in there that I was like, this is kind of interesting. Maybe I'll be good at this or maybe I'll be good at that. Even the Wii, seeing people play the Wii when I was younger, and me playing it, I was like, well, why don't we just play it outside? We have a like, why don't we just use an actual tennis rack to play actual tennis? I just didn't really get it. But now I appreciate it way more than when I was a kid and I get to relive it. Like I get to be a kid now because I wasn't a kid when I was younger playing games. So it's super cool to look at to correlate or collab with gaming and arts and computer science with all of my treatments and my videos and my album covers. I love it. Shout out to E, by the way. The shout out to the people that created Bully. Rockstar. Is it Rockstar network? That I forgot what their network is called right now. I'm having brain fog. But
Yeah, the game,
shout
right?
out to them.
The Bully the game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who
yeah.
created Bully the Game again?
I
Is it
don't
Rockstar?
know.
Is
I
it
might
called
have been
Rockstar?
Rockstar or Activation or something like that.
That's how you know I never played it when I was younger, guys.
No, I feel
Don't judge
you.
me.
No, I feel you. I
Don't
feel you.
judge
I
me as
didn't
much.
either.
I
I
wasn't
didn't either.
very good at it. I'm
Yeah.
really bad at games.
A lot of the times when we're younger, we don't have the opportunity to enjoy things, you know. And sometimes as adults, we're able to create
Yeah.
that for ourselves. We're able to enjoy things differently, look at things differently. But how has that been for you? Like, how have you been able to create these opportunities where you're able to enjoy things more?
Um, I well, the thing about it is I always try to make time for the to have my youth be um participating in anything. And luckily art is one of those tools where you can exercise that part of you all the time. Um I think mostly when it drains out and when it's not there, when I don't use it a lot, I get to reflect on the growth that I actually have and look back at all of the things that have helped me grow. Um, and with it all, I think that being an entertainer at such a young age, because I started doing music when I was 15, 14. Um, I got to still show a part of myself that was that was very, very, very a personality that I never saw in a lot of people and peers growing up. It's very much hard work though. There's times where you don't want to work, but you rather be dancing every day. And there's times where you're like, why can't I go to a regular school? And you get pulled out of regular school. And there's times where your opportunities are all based on you just having a life and having a persona that has not, really been seen before. But growing up, doing music is I cannot I can't explain the experience because I think I live with I'm sorry, I think I live with Jeff. You can only live once. So I every single time I or my whole entire life, me doing music, I always thought of just like, let's do it. Whatever ideas I have, if I don't know how it's gonna come out, I just thought like, let's do it. We're gonna see what it is when it's done. We're gonna hear the music when it's done, and we're gonna play the instruments and see what it makes and what the sounds are gonna do. So that's basically how it feels or how it is.
I think the big conversation, especially now in this day and age, is AI. How do you feel about AI and art and like how it comes together? Do you feel like it's good, bad, or indifferent about it? What do you think?
Well, I don't know everything about AI. Um, I think that actually exercising technology and knowing that it works more in the future and faster than us is always appropriate to understanding something in any type of way. I think there actually is a couple subjects in my classes where we're learning about different AIs and how it applies to just textures, how it applies to how real something is going to look. There's a lot of things that it's useful for um, when we don't want to necessarily look at things from um, a broader view. I don't know though. I don't know if I support or anything. I'm not the type of person to be like, this is right and wrong. Especially when it comes to somebody creating things in that way. Like we are what technology is going to be forever. There's it's a limitless and a way of doing it. But that's just my take on it. I don't know. I really don't.
Are you're taking classes at the moment? You're going to school?
I took a break because I went on tour. I'm looking back into it maybe in a couple months actually.
Oh, cool.
The summer is about to come out. We're gonna go through spring and summer, so I think I'm gonna start working on another tape. And making sure that I want my music to basically feel more of a I don't know, more of a love frequency. I think I'm back in that mode of just tapping into LOVE and everything, learning and living through positive words. So
No,
yeah,
that's
I'm
real.
very, very much there.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because I've seen you like I think I've seen you post about like the importance of having purpose behind the music, whether
Yeah.
it's the sonics, the lyrics and stuff like that. So it sounds like you definitely think about like love and how you can incorporate that in your music and what you put out, right?
100%, 100%. There's a lot more IOIs out there, and I love them. I genuinely love them. It's love to me is you could define it in so many ways. So
Most definitely. Yeah, yeah. You know, I saw you also that something that you I don't know if you want to incorporate this in your music, but you talked
what
about
is
like
it?
baile
Wait, what
funk
is it?
beats, baile funk, Brazilian funk.
Oh, Brazilian fuck. Oh yes, that is. I wouldn't even say how did you know, but yes, I PSA everybody out there. I love Brazilian funk. I was in a producing session with Marvy. I said Marvy, but his I'm sorry, his producer name is Marvy A. So we were working for a week on a couple songs. And I think I saw a TikTok of this one Brazilian funk song. People were dancing to it, and I was like, this sounds really, really pretty. The drums don't sound like drums. The sticks don't sound like sticks. Nothing really sounds correctly right. It just sounds really different. It sounds like funk. And I grew up on funk. I grew up on a lot of Earth, Wind, and Fire, and play that funky music for me, white boy. I grew up like a lot of that. So to hear it in a different culture, overseas, around the corner, anywhere, I'm like, this is hard. And I told my producer, he's like, yeah, let's put a twist on it, and we made it a lot of more hip hop and rap. And I spit a cool 16 on it, and I put it on all streaming platforms. So if you guys haven't heard that, listen to that one. But I love Brazilian funk. I'm so glad you caught that. That's a good one. It's so colorful out there. Mardi Gras is coming up. All the festivals are coming up out there. I wish I could be there.
For sure. I mean, that's the one thing about electronic music. It's always dancey. You always
Yes,
get like,
yes,
good
it's
high
so beautiful.
energy, love. Love is in it for sure. Whether it's the beat, whether it's
Love
the
is
lyric, whether
definitely
it's
there.
something.
Yes,
Yeah.
love is at a peak there. It's called peak. It's at a peak there.
But a last question, just because I know there's a time limit to this video, but something you spoke about and I could tell like it's I've seen it also through your socials, like spirituality and meditation.
Yeah.
What does that look like for you? What is spirituality meditation for you?
Um, there's actually meditation, mind, body, spirit, self mastery, guys. Um, learning more than teaching. Um, being a kid, meditating and just being a kid. Um, respecting that inner child. It's really much. Um, it's really much of where your spirituality is going to take you, how deep in your mind your meditation will take you, and how high, what is it like talking to your highest person um, when connecting to your mind, to your body, and stuff like that. But I've been getting high lately, so me smoking is kind of keeping me understanding strands, nature more than anything right now. Um, there's so many options in meditation. I recommend them all. There's nothing specific. Um, it's a way that I connect with the true creator. So
What is the true creator to you? Like what does it look like? What is it?
oh gosh.
Yeah. Because
The
can I
true
tell you what I
creator.
think?
Yes, I want to know what you think.
Yeah. But I think a lot what we're talking about is like love and connection and meditation. And a lot of the times I think of spirituality as well as like not only self, but also being with people and like connecting with people and like knowing that when it comes to a push forward, I think even when we think about health, I think about it as also being communal with people. When I think about music, it's communal,
Okay.
right? And even when we think about like with everything that's fucked up going on in the world, I think a lot of it is also just because of it's that separation that's that tension of separation that's being caused by whether it be like the millionaires or billionaires or these different systems, right, playing
Yeah.
against us. But I think of liberation, meditation, spirituality, and as a communal thing as well, outside of the self as well. But that's
Yeah,
what I think.
definitely an external thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think there's no when you have something giving you an energy, a source of light, um, there's not a lot of places you can go where you feel that love, right? So when you have that calling, when you have that purpose, just know that there's a higher purpose around you. There's a higher thing talking to you, helping you, loving you, waking you up every day, giving you an awakening process, transmuting your anger to love, saving nations, giving people more free will to liberation. These things are important when you have the word God. These things are important when we know that there is a true creator. For those who don't know, there's a true creator. We don't know why there's nations being killed, terrorist attacks. We don't know why politics are hurting us. We don't know why any of these things hurt us until I met a savior that taught me this is what hurt means. This is what love means. This is what pain means. This is what happiness is. I connected to the true creator. I got to amplify my prayers, my thoughts, and my mindset. And I cannot say it any more shorter or faster than that. I know we're running out of time.
No, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love you, Hook, for joining us here today
I love
on
you
this
too.
center. Um, and any last words? Anything you'd like to tell people?
Um, Listen to the new song that is dropping. Thank you to all my supporters. Thank you to for listening to any one of my songs and being that those people that support music and all of those things that come with music. Um, there's no other way I can put it other than I love you.
Thank you so much. Cool,
Peace out,
cool.
guys. Have a good
Peace,
one.
peace.